The Zone Coverage Podcast Network.
The Andy Luke and Reef Football Machine.
Autobots, transform! I like this kind of party!
Straight cash, homie.
Starts now.
All right, we're live.
Welcome back to Thunderdome for another Zone Coverage Football Machine on the Zone Coverage Podcast Network. I'm your ensemble host, Andy Carlson, at Andy Carlson Show on the Detroit Machine, and I have equity, more equity than people betting against Kean Fahey never resurfacing. He's back.
He's back, baby.
And also
talk about Brandon Cooks.
Also has bad takes. What was the tweet about him and the Brewers reliever who's really, like, some stuff surfaced?
I don't know.
I think it was... So the Brewers reliever had some really bad tweets like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And
yes.
The entire family was at the All-Star game.
Yeah, they gave him different
and they had to
jerseys.
turn their jerseys inside out.
No, they actually gave him like generic jerseys to wear. Yeah.
Amazing.
I mean, it was not great Twitterage.
Yeah. But what's the Kean part of this?
Kean, like, quote tweet is like, I don't get it. Or like, I don't understand.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. Like,
They were pretty, I mean, like...
No, I saw the tweets. I didn't know that Kean said, I don't get it.
I loved your message, Kean and Kel.
How to catch up, dude? You guys were killing those 90s
I
references,
mean,
dude. Nickelodeon.
Kel needs work. Kean probably too. Yeah. I would watch that show.
I would watch that show.
For a week until it
I mean, Kel has...
Who loves bad takes?
He did audition.
He loves bad takes. Is it true?
Yeah, but Luke, Yanka, Arif, Tom, everyone is in the house. Good times. Today we're talking about stuff and things. We got a bunch of questions. We got some over-unders. But so Aaron Rodgers mentioned this week that he's moved on from the Anthony Barr hit. I think he's full of
You'll never forget that.
Like I know that Aaron Rodgers seems like a guy who doesn't hold grudges, especially those close to him. But I mean, come on.
No, he's bitter.
Yeah,
bitter to the end on that one.
Do you think he's going to come out and have a Tom Brady post-Spygate FU tour against the Vikings? And actually, hell, just a complete FU season?
Keenan?
What? Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
You been paying any attention?
No, clearly not. I didn't actually disagree with... I could see the Packers definitely winning the division. I think currently right now I do have them winning the division. So,
How many wins?
The Packers or the Vikings?
For the Packers.
7.
I think they'll win 11.
And the Vikings 10.
And Vikings 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like 2012.
Maybe reverse those, but both are fair.
All right, now, who wins the matchups? Or is it split?
It'll split. We'll win at home, and then we'll lose over there.
I do like that we get to go to Lambeau week 2 early.
Yeah,
me too.
I like that early. As opposed to
Nobody's really in their groove yet, especially offense. Seems like defenses have the advantage right away out the gate.
Rodgers is going to have a tough week 1, and then week 2 just have the FU game.
Yeah.
What do you think happens in a world where Anthony Barr re-injures Aaron Rodgers?
Can you imagine there's just a sniper somewhere up and... Except there's nothing taller than that stadium in Green Bay.
That's true.
Yeah. It'd be someone from, like, Milwaukee.
I mean, I imagine their definition of snipers may be a little more imprecise.
I don't know.
Is there a guy with a bow and arrow in the press box?
The 3-story
let him in.
The 3-story Appleton Holiday Inn Express is pretty impressive. The doors are on the outside for the rooms. There's breezeways.
Damn it.
It's okay. Open up the phone lines. Got a bunch of Twitter questions as well. So let's warm up with one. At Sweet Skull, how will Sheldon Richardson impact the defense as a unit? I feel like he has been the forgotten talking point this offseason. Yeah, he's been kind of forgotten.
I think Sheldon's going to be... I mean, he might not be the get-up that Sharif Floyd had, but I just think that it'll take some pressure away from Linval Joseph, which, he's had the double teams, but I think watching in 2015 Linval Joseph and Sharif Floyd working together, you really felt that interior pressure that we haven't gotten a little bit more so, and I think it'll give Eric Kendricks also more free roam to, just be more creative.
I don't know. How do people expect to answer? This is really more of a comment disguised as a question.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone, because the answer is like, he'll help. Like, obviously, he's better than Tom Johnson.
Right. I think it's more about not the specific Larry Richardson, but what he adds to the whole unit. I mean, the rotation of guys. I think it's going to help not only the guys next to him, like Everson and Linval, but guys like Jaleel Johnson. Like, now Jaleel doesn't need to be the guy right away.
He could probably play
because
some
he might not be ready, but it's a rotation, and the whole unit has again, those 7-8 guys, those main guys. I think Sheldon's going to be a key piece of that.
Hey, also a key piece is this caller. Caller, we got.
Hey guys, it's Don from Ohio. What's going on?
Dawn, hey.
The Dawn. How you doing, man?
Have you had any nicknames throughout your life?
What's that?
Have you had any nicknames throughout your life?
Yeah, asshole's pretty good. That's one of them. That seems to be a popular one.
Yeah, I can see it.
That's always a real popular one.
Yeah. Hey, it's on your mind now.
Jackass. That's good. Yeah.
Still has
A
ass in
couple
it.
other
But
ones that we want to try to keep it PG.
Yeah, we got kids that listen to this.
Yeah, this is a family show,
Yeah.
Don.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
it's on your mind,
It's a
Odie.
terrifying family show, too, at that.
Right. Yeah, what you got?
Not much. So, is Yinka there?
I am, sir.
Hey, so I got a quick question for you, sir.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, I need a what would you recommend is the best dustpan to use to pick up dirt?
I am partial to. Do you want a specific brand, or you more care about the color, size?
I mean, which store should I go to? Which store do you think has the best one?
I would probably say Walmart would have the best one.
Okay. All right, gotcha.
Target brands are pretty good, but a little generic. But
Okay.
Walmart really stands out in the crowd.
Walmart does really stand out in the count. They take
Okay.
good care of their dustpans.
That's good to know.
You're
That's
welcome.
good to know.
Yep.
That is.
Infinite knowledge and wisdom coming to you live, Saxy Prince.
Yeah. I mean, my God, we got plenty of time to talk about Viking stuff here in the future. So,
You might as well get these questions out of the way. No, that's a good point.
Yinka will take you shopping if you come to the cities.
I will.
No, seriously. No, seriously, though. Yinka's wearing a green shirt, and someone comes up to him in Target, right? And ask him, where are the dustpans? Like, seriously? I mean, come on. And someone said, well, maybe they're colorblind. Are you serious? Come on.
She was like an elderly woman, and I was really close to making a mean joke like your husband, but I just felt like that would have been really inappropriate.
Oh.
That would have been good.
Yep, he got it.
Dang, Yinks. That's harsh, dude.
Wow.
I keep up.
You should have gone for it.
No, I wouldn't. I would have gotten the cops called on me. She was a white lady.
She's recording on her
I'm
jitterbug
surprised she
iPhone.
didn't call the cops on you in the first place.
Yeah. I had Fig Newtons in my hand. That's quite
there's a
suspicious.
Walmart employee here, or there's a Target employee not wearing the right color shirt. I need you to tase him.
He's wearing the wrong color shirt without a permit.
Yes. There we go. Absolutely. See, that's yeah. I just anyway. That's crazy.
Yeah. What can you do?
Yeah. So who's looking forward to training? Like, okay. So what's the big thing about what we're going to look forward to in the new facility? Like, what's you guys looking forward to the most when you go there?
Less parking.
Yeah, significantly less parking.
I'm looking forward to figuring out who the offensive line is. That'll be exciting.
Who cares about that crap? Come on. We got all.
I've already gone through the facility. I already know what it looks like. What else is there to look forward to? The fact that they won't have any food there during lunch, is that what I'm supposed to look forward to?
What good restaurants are around that region?
None.
King of Diamonds.
Seriously, there's not.
No, there's
food.
not. It's not.
I think they have to call in food trucks.
Yeah, it's not a great place for any entertainment or.
Oh, you don't go down to Egan for a big night out?
Right.
Well, I do, but very
But
different story.
even if Egan had like a downtown or anything,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be near. There's like nothing there.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, not at all.
Yeah, so
Old plain food?
Offer like a small like concession or Well, I gotta believe there'd be food trucks there, right? Like,
Yeah, I
someone would
think
jump
they're going
on
to call
that.
in. Yeah, I think they're going to call in food trucks. So I think that's primarily how people are going to be fed.
Okay, that's not a terrible thing, man.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
I love
it's-
food trucks.
Yeah, food trucks are fantastic. I mean, there is like before you enter the facility, before you get to that gate or whatever, there's like the long just road to strip, and people could just
Yeah, one end of the road, there's like a Panera and a Caribou and stuff like that. But food is much further away from like the practice facility in Egan than it was
in Mankato.
In Mankato, where you could just walk a block and a half and and
be
there was like
the entire food court. Yeah.
Ooh, there is a Teresa's right down the street.
Okay, so this could be intriguing. They actually could have some pretty decent quality food via food trucks now.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that'll be some of the appeal that Egan will have to bring. I'm sure they'll probably partner up with a few trucks that people like, since it is the kind of the inaugural year, and then from there you'll probably have some Egan staples.
Egan staples.
Egan
Yeah, sure.
staples.
Tim Palenti is up there. Just cooking away.
So down the road is something called Union 32 Craft House, as well as Stark's Bar and Grill, ranch-style hangout for burgers and beer. Sounds like a Cowboy Jack's knockoff, but
Yes.
So in other words, you're planning for good food trucks at this point. Is that correct?
oh, there's Dickie's Barbecue.
Yeah, food trucks.
Yeah.
And no liquor then, or no beer. Actually, no alcohol. Really.
You can always bring a flask.
You know, that's true. That's
Gonna go
true.
to
Or a
Dickie's.
cooler.
And then, yeah.
Yeah, you're
All
fair.
right, sounds good. Well, you know, we got like this talk about beer around here, so I can get back in my poker tournament here, playing Omaha High-Low. I'm 9-62 left. First place is about $2,000. So,
Is it fixed
you
or
gentlemen have
PLO?
a good night.
All right, see you, Eddie.
Buddy.
He seems like a fixed Omaha high-low guy. Doesn't seem to have the...
Are you a fixed high-low guy, Omaha?
Nah, give me PLO. Give me PLO. Wait, that's a gambling man's game right there.
The World Series of Poker just ended, did it not?
Yeah, some guy won.
Nice.
Oh, no way.
Oh, shit.
I was cheering for a dude.
It was that
Indiana man.
dude though, not the other guy.
Yeah. All right, next one is from at Jay Abrahams 5. When will we have a better idea of what the O-line situation is? When will they have the starters in place?
After the
Besides
first
right now.
game. After the first game.
You mean after the first game of the season?
No. Oh God.
Like, Jesus.
No preseason game.
I think we're not going to find out until the third preseason game.
So taking out injuries, do the Vikings have the same starting offensive line week 9 as they do week 1?
No. No.
Yes. Yeah, I think they do.
How about week 17?
Yes. I think once they select who
Yeah.
their starters are, barring an injury,
Yeah.
they'll stick with those starters.
What was it, 2 years ago? The Vikings have had the same 5 starters all season. That wasn't necessarily...
Oh my God, that wasn't a good thing.
Not great. There's just
Funny
a
'cause
lot
there
of
was, like,
depth.
3 injuries before the season
yeah,
started.
that's right.
And then, well, these guys, who half of them were replacements, they all played all 16 games.
And they just kept repeating it every single game. It's like, no.
Oh, their chemistry's so great as, someone, streaks past TJ Clemmings. It's great
No, Charles
chemistry.
Davis, it's
really
not
good.
great. Teddy's getting murdered.
I'm actually not envious of entire league national media people, because when they try to talk about a specific team, the locals who are watching that presentation, that radio call, they know, they actually know what's going on, as opposed to, well, they just have great chemistry. They have the same 5 there. Adam Thielen.
No, I don't feel bad for them because they
They get access before the game
they
and stuff
have-
and can watch.
Well, it's not just that. It's they rely on these tropes. They they see
Right.
that the same 5 people have played 800 consecutive snaps together, and then they come to the conclusion without checking that they must therefore have great chemistry, and that's on you, dude.
Yeah.
That's on you for assuming
yeah,
those
because
were good 800 snaps.
they have literally all week to kind of prepare for what the team is, and then they have production meetings,
Right.
obviously the
That's
night
the thing.
before,
Right.
to figure out who is this team and stuff. You get to meet with individual players to kind of just get to know them.
I
and
think
go
they do that literally all week.
Yeah.
I mean, every day there's a new, today it's D-line, O-line or something.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's, it's there should be no excuses for that.
I was rewatching the first Viking Saints game, when Bradford could walk, and it was John Gruden's like after Diggs' second touchdown. This no-name wide receiver group of Thielen and Stephon Diggs, they're really bringing it out. And then McDonough comes in and is like, native Michael Floyd on suspension must be chomping at the bit to get into this mix. Where it's like, woof. All right.
Where is Michael Floyd now?
St. Paul.
Free agents.
St. Paul.
Here you go.
with Robert Bland.
Yeah. From Rob Q. Thibault. Yeah. Question: would have been useful experiment to have given TJ Clemmings a shot at defensive end after all this position has played most of a college career. I said, why not?
I like this tweet because it looks very talk to text.
Yeah.
I guess would have been kind of big for a defensive end, right? He would have had to lose some pretty significant weight. Plus, he was
would he be in
tall.
a better 5-tech?
Yes.
Toss him as like a 3-4 DN.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Is he on a roster right now? Is he on Washington?
TJ?
Still? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's still with Washington.
Oh, man.
Rip.
I love that he played against the Vikings. That's all. Yeah, he's still on Washington. Well, there you go. Maybe that's why Kirk Cousins left. He's like, no.
Can't do it.
Next one is from the Big Herman. Who scuffles with Treadwell this year?
Right, we were just talking about that.
Jalen Ramsey. Done.
Ramsey
Next.
would be great.
No, on the team.
Oh, on the own
My
team?
money's on Mac.
Mac for sure would be definitely up there.
Or Marcus Sherrill just throws down like he's completely different than we thought.
How about Hughes?
He
How
goes
about
Marvin,
Hughes
he goes
stands
Marvin
up for
Harrison
himself.
on the bit.
Rookie year.
Yeah. Caller, we got.
Cheryl's he gone.
Oh God! Wow. Okay.
Wow.
I mean, he's not. He's not wrong, but
It's been a while.
Yeah, what's going on, dude?
It's Steve. How you guys doing? It's been a while.
Good. Steve, yes, we know. You sound depressed, man.
No, I'm just tired. Just got done biking 10 miles.
Oh, damn.
So,
What?
yeah. But I've been good. I've been traveling. Got back from Europe on the ice one where the actual Vikings rested, So the whole stand was well alive for the cup over there, World Cup.
Wow. Did you go
That
to
was fun.
Did you go to every one of those 6'6" blue-eyed devils and be like, you stole this chant from us?
One guy I did joke with him. He almost got pissed at me, so I backed off.
Yeah.
That really happened, by the way. No, that really did happen.
No, good. Did you have a good time?
Sounds like a great trip.
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, I went to Ireland and London too. It was pretty good. So
Fun.
Nice.
Got back. Yeah, rested up and back to business. I got training camp next week. Is that right? Something like that.
Yep.
did you ask?
You guys been excited or nervous?
Did you ask?
I've got no reason to be nervous.
Indifferent and
they got
very
all the reasons to be
nihilistic about
nervous.
things.
Did you ask the Irish people how excited they are to be part of the UK?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Although I was in an Irish pub, a guy with pink hair walked to me and asked me how Minnesota was, and I kind of just turned and walked the other way. So that was
What?
that.
What? Why?
What?
That guy wanted to talk. Were you wearing like a Vikings jersey or something? How do you know you were from Minnesota?
Wait, was it Kian?
He's like, I could tell by your accent. He's like, well, where are you from? I'm like, well, U.S., Minnesota. I'm like, yeah, how did you know? So it kind of creeped me out. He had pink hair, and I kind of walked away.
Do we have that much of an instinctual accent that other people from outside the United
Steve does.
Steve does.
I guess he guessed it right. So I was kind of creeped out.
That's
by that,
not
so I walked
creepy,
the other
man.
way.
He just knew, like, what?
He
That's
had
not creepy. at all.
Unabomber vibe going a little bit, you know.
He probably
So I
just
kinda
watched
walked away.
Fargo.
Unabomber vibe.
No, he probably just watched Fargo. You probably
Not
stretched to know
Fargo.
out.
Right.
He's
And
as
then-
scared of you as you are of him.
Sure.
And then he's like, "Oh, Minnesota, cool. I've heard of that place." And you're like, "I'm out.
Yeah.
You have heard of a state
Yeah.
that is too much for
Right.
me."
We're out, dude.
Yeah. Hey, Luke, happy late birthday, by the way, bud. You guys, you celebrate a little bit there?
No. Once you get this old, dude, you just sleep in a little bit.
Dude, you're my age.
Yeah. Wait, Luke, how old are you?
Any guesses?
45.
Oh no, you
Beautiful
look like
guess.
you just got out of a frat. So I'm gonna go 22.
Not bad. Andy?
Yeah.
Over
I
under
think you're
22?
older than me, so
I'm in the threes.
No,
I don't know.
Aren't you my age? Aren't you
So I got
33?
a couple quick questions about training camp battles. Who you
Yeah,
guys
see, that's
what
right,
guys you guys
22.
are
Yeah, you
most
nailed it.
forward to for the training camp here?
Well, sorry, dude.
What-
You said training camp battles?
Yeah, which one interests you the most?
You mentioned Sherrill's, and I just think cornerback is deep. I'm not going to name a specific guy versus a guy, but I just think it's loaded there. Are they going to move Newman to safety full time? Is that going to be the deal? Obviously, he can jump back to corner if need be, but there's a lot of good corners, man. Maybe this is the year, unfortunately, that Sherrill's goes. But I'm a big fan of Holton Hill coming out of the draft from Texas. Obviously, Mike Hughes is going to be a name to watch and see how quickly they speed him up. But then you got guys like Jack Tocho, Anthony Harris, J-Ron Kerr. The secondary seems to be loaded, so you can only keep so many of these guys. It'll be interesting. I think I'll keep my eyes on the secondary. We were talking a few weeks ago about how little depth there is at linebacker. Once you get behind the big three, Barr, Kendricks, and Gideon, Cantrell's gone for 4 games. It's pretty much Eric Wilson, and that's it. And we don't even know a ton about Eric Wilson when it comes to actually playing on the field in a big-time role. So keep an eye on that. Maybe they end up, signing somebody halfway through training camp or something like that. But very little depth at linebacker behind the big three.
Yeah. Well, do you think Holton Hill makes the roster this year? I think they paid him a lot of guaranteed money. I don't think they're going to push him to the – I don't think he goes to waivers.
I don't
think he'll make it to waivers.
I hope he does, because that means they showed him enough, obviously, to leapfrog some of these guys like a Sherrill's. But probably a Jack Tocho kind of guy, who again I'm a big fan of. But I don't know. There's just a lot of bodies there. The thing is, like you mentioned, they paid him a little bit more money to snag him. Do you risk with all the bodies on there, and we're talking second, third year guys like Harris and J-Ron and guys like that? Do you risk trying to sneak him onto the practice squad and risk him getting sniped? I don't know.
I don't think so. We already heard that he was playing with the twos during OTAs.
Right, that tells you everything.
He's got a really good shot at making. Like you were talking about a lot of bodies.
Right.
You can get above all those bodies and play with the twos for a significant number of snaps. Yeah, I think he makes.
Especially how slow they like to bring the rookies.
Yeah. They like to slow roll those guys. All right, 2 quick questions. I'll let you guys start taking up your time here. So wide receiver, do you think Stacey Coley makes the roster this year?
Nope.
Or you think he overtakes Treadwell? What do you think?
No, I think Stacey Coley's done.
I think he's toast.
Yeah.
Really? You don't think he makes 53?
No, man.
Who's the 5? Wright, Diggs, Thielen, Treadwell, Caleb? No, he's spending a little bit. King?
Zylstra, man.
Zylstra's going to make the
Brandon
53?
Zylstra.
Wow. Yeah,
or Tavares King. I don't know.
We haven't had a Brandon in a while.
I called it a couple months ago. I like that Kenny Robertson.
Corey Robertson? He's got some fun tape.
Corey Robertson, I'm sorry. Yeah.
He flashes a little bit.
Him too.
If he makes, again, though, it's one thing to flash a little bit and even have a good training camp. Still tough, though, to make a 53-man roster, I think, with just how little experience he has against top-tier competition.
True.
But I'm rooting for him, too. He's a name I'm going to be watching.
Yeah. All right. Well, come back to my last question, then back to secondary. I've always been a J-Ron Curse fan the time he got drafted. Do you think there's ever a chance he could develop into the starter, or just you just don't think he's got it?
I don't think he's got it.
I think Anthony Harris has a better shot of being a starter than J-Ron by a long shot right now. If I show up to camp and he's blowing me out of the water, okay, maybe something's changed. But
think about what Sendejo and Harrison Smith and Anthony Harris have in common. They've got 2 things for sure that they've got in common. A, they hit like Mack trucks. And B, they take pretty good tackling angles.
Yeah, good
Both of those things are not true of J-Ron Curse. He takes really poor angles.
Very tall.
And despite being 6'5" or whatever.
Stiff,
right?
tall. Yep.
He doesn't do a very good job of actually
his
putting
role
forth contact.
Yeah, I completely agree. His role would need to be like that if they find a 3 safety package and want to dedicate one of those to like a center fielder guy. That's more of J-Ron. Yeah. But in this defense, if they're only going to put out 2 safeties, from down to down, I just think he's kind of behind the 8 ball a little bit. Still a good depth guy right now, but I just think, again, with how loaded this secondary is, man, I know you're a big fan of him. Maybe he may be a guy that ends up being a casualty just because of how deep this roster is. It's crazy, man. Every year, this is what Zim's fourth draft,
so.
and they draft an average of 10 guys on average, plus all the UDFA's. And
Think about
last
how
year, we
wide
were
open
saying
this
how,
is for-
how not little room there is. Now we just added another 15, 16, 17 guys.
Think about how open this is for Trey Matthews, though, right? Because Tocho got switched back to cornerback, and he's just a fifth safety, right?
Right.
And so if Curse is like on the bubble, Trey Matthews has an opportunity to make the team.
Yeah, so we
Right.
get guys who can hit like a Mack truck.
Right.
That's all he
Right.
does.
He's the guy from Auburn, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Again, Newman is full-time safety switch. I mean, are they gonna move him around a little bit or what? I don't know what the plan is.
I think they'll
on
move
that.
him around.
That's
Yeah.
a little wild card.
Yeah. Just give him some some flexibility.
Well, I heard Sendejo hasn't been playing. He's been hurt. He's been hurt all offseason. I heard. I just haven't heard
Yankees
what
got
it
him
is.
locked up on the fourth floor.
It's OTA.
Seventh floor. They're in storage.
Andy, really?
Nope.
Yeah. Steve, appreciate you
Anyway,
calling in.
all
man.
right, guys, let's get going.
All right,
Good to
Steve.
hear from you guys again. Let's up here one of these days, pretty soon.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
all right, guys,
Football's
take care.
back,
Have a
baby.
good night.
Yep. All right,
Bye.
man. See you.
Hey, retweet if your GM isn't in jail right now.
Is Keim in jail?
Yeah,
Is he?
he's got 2 days stretch.
Like, what cell block do they put him in?
Maximum security.
Right.
he looked like he could play like a crime syndicate kingpin.
First day and you got to beat someone up. You hear that, Keim?
Or actually, no, would he be like that fat guy who got killed on the first day in Shawshank?
Oh my
I'm not supposed to be
I'm
here.
not supposed to be in it.
Shut up, fish. Shut up.
Fresh fish.
God, that's a great movie, dude.
Although 0.19. I know the Keim is a big dude, but
To get
damn.
yeah.
I mean, where do you
that's
think
healthy.
Floyd learned it from, man?
Yeah.
Right. It's an organization. thing.
Institutional.
It's an
Why do people
Top to bottom.
keep getting DUIs in Arizona, which is one of the most strictest states? Like him.
Yeah, because they got that
Floyd.
double DUI.
Yeah.
Sheriff
McNabb.
Jesus,
McNabb
Tom.
got one? I forgot about that.
Yeah. At Sweet Skull. Last year, Nick Easton really developed for us and took a role in the offense.
He started.
Develop is a
After Alex Boone was a surprise cut, who is this year's Boone and who will step up like Easton? So, give us a surprise cut, surprise starter.
Can I say I was just talking J-Ron Curse? Is that a surprise cut?
That's not a surprise.
All right,
Terrence
damn it.
Newman being a surprise cut.
Shout out to Luke last year. That was a pretty good one. Shout out
That
to
is a
Luke
good one.
last year. You said Boone, and I ripped you. I just
That's
made
right. No, you-
so much fun of
I
you.
have bruises.
I was like, you moron.
Yeah.
I would I
Much
swore a
worse
lot more.
words than
But like,
that.
yeah.
Much worse. Yep.
But yeah, then Alex Boone
That
got
was wild,
cut.
dude.
And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, Luke's an idiot still, but he's right about this.
but he did have
Wait.
one thing right. So
If things go wonky early on in the preseason, could Rashad Hill be a surprise cut?
Yeah.
yeah. And
They
then
don't have a
guess
lot
who?
invested in him.
Brian O'Neill. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Starter.
Or what do you do? Or seriously, what do you do? You put Remmers back there, right?
I mean, there's
Remmers
no,
has to go back.
I mean,
there,
there's no
right?
reason to cut Rashad Hill if Brian O'Neill. Like, it's not like he's taking up all this cap space. They're like, it's too much, man.
Dude, you almost make $1 million per year, dude. We just drafted this kicker.
Capologist Brzezinski does it again. That's Skull Stall. What are the benefits of Kirk and the offense having to face Edwards' defense in every practice?
I mean, aside
Fully
from
Edwards'
like the
defense, not Zimmer's, right?
Yeah, fully Edwards. That's why he got so many interviews for. That's why he got so many interviews for head
Anybody
coach.
going to Taco Bell?
Meeks?
But Tom, you make the same joke every single time.
It's what he says.
Yeah.
It's not a
Yep.
joke. He just says that.
Yeah. So aside from like the generic benefits of like facing a good defense in training camp, it probably helps that it's a pretty diverse defense. You'll see a lot of different looks. They play man, they play zone, they play with a lot of different front seven looks. They don't play with like odd fronts, but there's not a ton of teams that do that anymore anyway.
They do throw like the B-Rob Joker look in there, though, a little bit over the center, which helps a lot to work those kinks out. More so the communication, I think. With still a young guy like Elfline and some other guys, too.
Right, and so you'll expose, Cousins and the running backs to the different kinds of blitz packages they'll have to call protections against. So it is nice that the Vikings defense is that, versatile and capable for the offense's benefit because they do get, that much more ability to to practice against the variety of looks they'll see throughout the NFL season. So it helps that they'll be up against a good defense, right? Because you have to sharpen your game. But it helps just generally they'll be up against a defense that has so many different ways to attack.
Random training camp memory from practice. Remember when Derek Cox intercepted those 2 passes in like 10 minutes and ran one back?
Man, I was so hyped.
We were so hyped.
I was like, Derek Cox is going to make it. He's going to start.
What
a great 1-2 punch. Rhodes, Cox.
He had like 6 picks in camp overall, and then
wild.
he got cut in the first round of cuts. We were like, wait, what happened? We even asked Zimmer, we were like, hey, why did you cut this dude that was just balling out in camp? And he's like, well, I'm not going to speak to why I cut players specifically, but just generally speaking, you want the players to do what you tell them to do, and you're like, whoa. Oh, I think he might have freelanced.
Did he surface anywhere?
Yeah, he had like a year in, was it Baltimore or something like that? Where
that sounds right.
He did all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Zimmer kind of alluded to the fact that maybe he was freelancing and not paying attention to the scheme, which, okay, yeah, but it was working.
Oh, he's a third-round pick.
Yeah, from William and Mary.
Yeah,
and then
they just Bill and Mary.
And then Munnerlyn didn't really listen to that advice either, did he?
Oh, it took a year.
But Munnerlyn ended up figuring it out.
Yeah. See, Captain seems like the kind of kid where like his parents are like, "Hey, don't stick your finger in the light socket," and then he just maintains eye contact.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't you do it.
We got into that stage with my kid where it's like, "Hey, I'm going to prove it to myself first." All right, fine, you were right. Touche. Let's get into some over-unders. So always a fun time of year. We'll just run through the teams alphabetically. This is according to oddshark.com. So Arizona Cardinals, the fighting Sam Bradfords, with no GM, who suspended for 5 weeks. I mean, it's a rough period of time suspended for GM.
I thought it was 2 weeks.
No, I think it's 5.
Damn. Yeah.
It's 5 weeks.
But over-under, Sam Bradford, Josh Rosen, David Johnson, 5.5 wins, 2018.
Now the 5, is it an even? Because this one says -150, so they're saying it should go over.
I say over.
I would have taken the over.
Yeah, the over's -155, unders +125.
-150, that's tough. I'll still take the over.
Yeah, I guess I'm taking the over.
Yeah.
Even if Bradford doesn't play, you think Rosen should
I'll
be
take
able
the
to
over. I
hang
think they
a
get to
little
6,
bit.
but it's like one of those things where
That's what I'm saying.
they start at like 3 and 9, and then somehow just back into 6.
Right.
Yeah. Falcons over under 9 in 2018.
Jeez. NFC South, right?
Yeah. Tough division, right?
I'll say over.
The over is -145. That seems
Wow, really?
it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I'll take the over.
I'm going over.
I guess I'll take the over.
I think they'll get right to 10.
You think they'd hit 9 and then you push. I mean, worst case, you're pushing at 9, right?
Yeah, I think with that defense, it's like they're so young, they're fast.
Yeah.
Maybe
not there anymore.
okay. Maybe the Super Bowl in their own building gives them a little bump,
I ran into him,
but
last
maybe
week.
not. I mean, look at the Vikings last year.
He's so big.
Really?
Yeah, he was hanging out with Kulai.
All right, Ravens. He was hanging out with Rashad Hagman was hanging out with Kunle before incident.
No, definitely after. Definitely well after.
It depends which incident. All right, Ravens over under 8.
Under. Unless.
No, still under.
Unless.
Still under.
The thing with the Ravens. Unless. Joe Flacco doesn't start the season. Then I'll
Still,
take
I think Lamar
take
could
the
steal you a couple. The thing with the Ravens, though, you get to play the Browns and the Bengals twice.
Yeah.
I just
Browns
feel like
comeback
there's a
season,
couple easy wins there.
Ty God. All right, caller, who we got?
That's what we're waiting for.
Hi, this is Nate from New York.
Nate from New York. What's going on, man?
Nate.
Not much. I was wondering if you guys have seen the shade that Senator Tammy Baldwin has been tweeting at the Vikings.
Oh.
No?
We are going to see it right now, sir.
Wait, is her name actually Tammy Baldwin or is it Tommy Baldwin?
Tammy Baldwin.
All right.
She introduced the Go Pack Go ad.
Yeah. So that Wisconsin people didn't need to see Vikings games or whatever.
Yep. She's been throwing shade at the Vikings in her tweets about it. So, wondering what you guys thought about that.
It's good that they're going from big to small.
Not happy about it, but
It's it's whatever. I don't really care. Like it plays to
adversity, but
yeah.
add it to the list.
Yeah. everyone's got red zone anyways.
Yeah, I work on Capitol Hill for the summer in an office here, and we were just talking crap about it the whole day. So
nice.
Is that what they do all day? Just like, hold on, let me pander to my base. I'm in. Besides making fundraising calls all day.
What would you say you do here?
I don't know what they do all day. Good question.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, what else is on your mind, man?
Not much. What are you guys talking about tonight?
Diggs, one-armed Dante Culpepper.
Training camp, maybe a surprise cut. Who do you think would be a random Alex Boone type surprise cut? I mentioned maybe a J-Ron Curse.
Type surprise.
Andy mentioned like a Rashad Hill. You got one? Maybe
the Marcus Sherrill seems like the.
He seems like the odd man out. That secondary's loaded, dude. Yep.
Too many cornerbacks.
A lot of corners. And
that's a Zimmer wet dream, though.
That's true.
Who else could be a surprise cut?
Latavius Murray.
I think if Latavius was going to be cut, he already would have been.
Yeah. No, it's probably not going to happen.
Kendall Wright could be a surprise kid.
That's the only one I can we're talking realistic.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I was just going to say Kirk Cousins. Just going to say Kirk Cousins.
No, Daddy. No, a team starter goes down. They ship Simeon somewhere.
Oh, I have another question. Do you guys think you could name everybody on the Vikings roster currently?
The 90 man?
Yep, the 90 man.
90 man, no.
I just went through the O-line, so I know all about Storm Norton.
No,
he just got engaged too.
I'd miss a couple. I'd miss a couple for sure.
Me and my friends all tried it the other day, and I only got to 44, which shocked me. But
44 is
harder than you think, though, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely harder than you think.
I mean, it's easy to miss out on the
Curtis Cothran, backup nose tackle to
Penn
Linval
State.
Joseph. Yeah, well, just randoms that you forget about.
David Perry,
Cornelius Edison.
It's pretty much you got to go through the starters as much depth as you can, and then try to go back and rename as many of the draft class as you can.
Yeah, that was kind of what I did. I missed Mac Alexander. Which was just,
that's rough.
Wow. Yeah.
Hey,
you only named the tall guys?
Maybe.
Ooh.
It's rough, man.
It's raw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really rough.
One more and we'll get you out of here. We're doing over-unders. We're on the Buffalo Bills. Over-under 6 wins.
Oh, under for sure.
Right?
You can have the third pick.
I'm taking the under.
That's the way. That's
Easy, right? Now, what if AJ McCarron ends up stealing a couple games? So you bet the under, then AJ ends up going 2-2 or whatever, and it's just
what if you get 8-1 odds on under 2.5?
My bold prediction is Nathan Peterman starts week 1.
I could see that.
Then he can look bad, and then they can put Allen in there. He won't look as bad, I guess.
Nice.
Say maybe a dirty bomb goes off in Western New York. That's what Nathan Peterman is in.
Yikes!
I'm in.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, appreciate you calling in, that man.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
All right, so everyone's going under on the Bills.
God,
That's so far. That's my favorite one.
Not gonna lie,
I'd feel the most
from
confident.
a distance. I'm gonna be excited to just watch that train wreck. Plus, we play them this year.
Dude, they're so bad. Look at their.
That's going to be the game that we
I gotta
lose.
tell you, their depth chart doesn't.
Nathan Peterson's going to throw for 7 touchdowns.
They have one of the worst offensive lines.
Peterson.
I said Petterman.
No, you said Peterson.
Peterson.
Adrian Peterson's going to throw for 3 touchdowns.
He is
Do you remember a couple years ago when Survivor Pools was just pick whoever's playing the Raiders? That's gonna be the Bills this year.
Forget
I
about
like
that.
it.
Yeah.
Zay Jones, Kelvin Benjamin. Then it gets rough.
And then it gets rough.
Yeah. Something named Brandon Riley, Andre Holmes, the guy from Oakland.
I
and
tweeted
Jeremy
out
Curley.
that the only starting level offensive players they have were Deion Dawkins,
And
LaShawn McCoy, and their fullback.
Correct. Yeah. O-line, real quick. Deion Dawkins, John Miller, Russell Bodine, Vladimir Dukas, and Jordan Mills.
Face of the franchise, Vladimir Dukas.
And they didn't really draft anybody. They drafted Wyatt Teller, who could be a good
Wyatt Teller
maybe.
could start.
Yeah, no, he could be, yeah.
But I mean,
that's it, dude.
It's Deion Dawkins, LaShawn McCoy, and their fullback. Maybe Charles Clay.
They signed Star Latulier. They drafted Tremaine Edmonds and Harrison Phillips. But yeah, man, it's weak, dude. It's weak.
Next up, Panthers.
7 days.
Panthers, Vikings East, Norv, Jarius.
Searles.
What is it?
A guy named Matt.
Panthers over under 9.
I'll take the over.
Tough
I'll take the
division. I'm going to say over.
We'll go over 2. I think they have a shot to.
I think they get
So-
9. I mean, they hit 9. You push. I feel fine with that.
I just don't trust Norv.
That's true, though.
Although we talked about that, it might be dumb enough to work just because Cam has a good deep ball.
Yeah, maybe,
Yeah.
but like he doesn't
Yeah,
have
Mac
the
will
offensive
still.
line for it. Yeah.
Right.
So Cam is still in that range of taking all the punishment before his body just gives up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We start just walking out there like Charles Oakley.
You don't remember this incident?
What happened? What?
The routes thing?
No.
Devin
yeah.
Funchess.
Jordan Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yup.
Torrey Smith, Devin Funchess, DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel.
Chicago Bears.
Whatever.
What about the wide receiver core?
Yeah, enough about the practice squad.
Right.
The Bears.
Oh, Christian McCaffrey?
Over under 6.5.
I say over. I think the Bears are actually a sneaky good team this
They
season.
are, dude.
Under Trubisky's ass.
I know, but
I know. Well, so
I
I've
agree with
been
you,
getting
but-
like super annoyed at like all the people that are like, this is Trubisky's year, and I'm like, there's like you can
It's
like believe that.
Chicago.
That's like fine, but it's like weird how many people believe it. Like, there's so many people that have faith that Trubisky's going to turn into this like reasonable quarterback.
Bring back Clausen.
And it's like he can't throw to his left. Like that's just like there's like a baseline thing you need to be able to do.
for me, I agree with you. But
But
Chicago wins in Chicago with great D running the ball, and they're just annoying in Chicago. And I just feel
well,
like
great D.
I love that.
They don't have any evidence of having a great defense. They've got a couple of individual players that I like on defense.
Correct.
Leonard Floyd's not even good.
They drafted Roquan.
Yeah, so they drafted Roquan. They've got a surprising secondary that appeared out of
Really
nowhere,
great
right?
safeties. Great secondary.
Eddie Jackson, Adrian Amos, Fuller finally had a good year.
Yeah.
Yep. Prince of Mugamora, whatever. Adrian Amos, Eddie Jackson, Kyle Fuller.
But like
third safety.
I mean, like who are their linebackers? Who's their defensive line?
Roquan Smith, Danny Trevathan, Leonard Floyd, Jonathan Bullard, Akeem Hicks.
Bullard hasn't done anything.
Yeah, Eddie Goldman.
Hicks had
Aaron
a sneaky
Lynch.
good year. But yeah, like Aaron Lynch hasn't turned up. Leonard Floyd hasn't actually been all that good.
Turn up.
So yeah, I don't think the defense is all there. The offensive line is going to be improved by the fact that Kyle Long is healthy.
James Daniels, Cody Whitehair.
Right.
Remember they drafted Daniels, Cody
Yeah.
Whitehair. And then they go sign guys like Allen Robinson, and
Yeah,
they
they've got a
drafted
great
Anthony
receiving
Miller.
core. They've got Trey Burton.
Yep.
So they've got a great receiving core and they've got weapons, but like Trubisky's not that good.
Taylor Gabriel.
And it's going to restrict like the ability of that entire offensive skill unit to do much.
It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to. I'm going to take the over reluctantly, but I don't know what's going to happen in Chicago. It's going to be interesting to watch them.
Bengals over under 6.5.
Under.
All right. Is this it for Marvin Lewis?
No.
No, he has the owners
free-
hostage, the
Yeah.
children hostage somewhere
He's got the keys to the
in
city,
Nevada.
dude.
No, see, here's what happens. Marvin and Hugh both go 2-14. They both get fired, but the Bengals
swap.
hire Hugh.
Correct.
No, I like the idea that they just swap.
No. Hugh,
Be like a reverse
15
Paul
years,
Brown.
$150 million.
No,
We're the Raiders, baby.
God, no, that'd be great if they just traded coaches.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Like no other compensation, just straight up. Yeah. Next up, the aforementioned Browns over under 5.5.
Dude, they've won
Over.
one game
Over.
in 2 years.
Over.
And now it's at 5.5. And I will say over.
I believe in Ty God and or Baker.
Yes. And there's just so
I
much.
do.
Josh scored. I mean,
Great offensive
Landry, Austin Court.
They have weapons.
Even Njoku. And then, dude.
I don't know that they got a great offensive line anymore, though.
Well,
Antonio
tackles
had a
they
down
do.
year.
do, though.
Thomas is gone.
Yeah, I don't
They
know.
got Sean Coleman at right tackle.
Yeah, Joe Batinio,
maybe.
J.C. Treader, Corbett's going to be good, but Corbett, I mean, he's going to be good, but
They have some weapons
tackle-wise, I'm worried.
They have some weapons on the defense too.
Carlos Hyde and Nick Chubb, plus Duke Johnson, Njoku.
Yeah,
I don't know,
that running back room is stupid. Like, actually stupid.
Yeah.
Like, why do you have all these running backs?
And they're not making
Dude,
very
San
much.
Fran
Right?
should have kept Hyde and
Hyde's
kept
doing all
Jet as a good cop back. Hyde and Jet, I think, would
Joe
have been
Williams.
a good team.
They're fine. Also, the other kid from Georgia Southern. Name escapes me. Yeah.
know who you're talking about.
Cowboys over under 8.5.
Over.
I want to say over.
Over. They take the division because screw Philly. That's all I want.
Yeah, what a weird division.
I think I'll say under, and I have them right at probably at 8.
You don't like Dak?
I like Dak.
You don't like Zeke?
You like
I
Dak?
like Zeke.
You don't like that offensive
Like
line?
Dak?
I don't like that defense.
You don't like Allen Hurns?
You don't like Miles Jack?
Wide receiver 1?
Like Dak?
Of course I do.
What wide receiver did they take
Who are they?
in the draft?
Sutton?
No.
Gallup.
Yeah,
They
Sutton
drafted
ended up in
Connor
Denver.
Williams.
I still think that
That one
secondary gets
stung,
torched.
dude. That one stung.
Byron has done well in the slot when he's an actual cornerback.
And they signed Allen Hurns.
Outsides.
What do they got? The outside.
Leighton Vander Esch, Connor Williams, Michael Gallup, signed Allen Hurns.
Yeah. Broncos fighting Case Keenum's over under 7.
Under.
With 7?
Yeah.
That division, I'm thinking Raiders, Chiefs.
Defense is still good, but I don't think that offense can bring them.
They
to.
drafted Cortland Sutton. I'm sorry. Yeah.
This one's tough. 7.
I'm going to say under.
I'm gonna say under as well.
Because I think this is finally the
I'll take
Chargers'
under.
year.
I'll take under.
No, Chargers are a sneaky good team. They're one of my underdog
But they're
teams.
not sneaky because everybody thinks they're going to be good.
Oh, I guess that's true then.
Well, like I'm rooting for.
I
I just
still
feel
don't
like
think-
every year.
I
it's
still don't
like
think they get enough
Chargers of the
press
year.
for you to say they're not. Like I think they're still sneaky.
Oh, okay. Well,
Well,
then,
what are they?
take it.
What
Then I
are
was
the
right.
Chargers at? Okay, I'll say under on Denver. Get to the Chargers.
Chargers and San Francisco are my two sneaky teams.
Yeah.
San Francisco's not sneaky.
Are they not?
No, everyone
I
likes
give
Jimmy.
everybody's and Vogue on. The
I don't think it's just Jimmy though. I think
Everyone's
Jet,
everyone's in on
McKinnon.
Jimmy.
Jimmy and the Jet. Yeah, it's good.
Jimmy
Lions over under 8.
8, no push. Doesn't matter if you go.
Can you
over
bet
it.
right
Just
on 8?
push at
Because I would bet right on 8.
I bet right on it.
push. Do whatever you want.
I bet right on
I'll
it.
take the over.
I'm gonna say over.
Over.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have 3 teams in the division over 8.
Yeah.
And the Bears.
In the biz.
Yep. Belichick got his position coaching career started in Detroit. He was a tight ends coach. So just random and depressing.
He emailed a bunch of he mailed a bunch of coaches when he was starting out, asking for a quality control job. And I remember part of the story is that was it Miami? Some teams were like, "Oh no, we don't do quality control." So yeah, I'm sorry, buddy.
Like Miami Raiders, Jaguars. Like we know who those are.
The Green Bay Packers over and under 10.
It's at 10. That's
I have
Wow.
I have them at over just because I
gotta
have them
say
right over
over.
on them.
Yeah, they're not gonna win
Well,
9.
the odds are going to dictate. I'm taking whichever odds are.
See, over is minus 110, so standard. Under is minus 120.
I guess over then.
I'd say over.
I'm going to go under because FK.
Win the division as over.
Under. I want the winner of the division to go 7-9.
No.
A la Sam Bradford and the Rams that one year.
Well, wasn't
That was
sorry,
the
the Seahawks that year.
Seahawks? Yeah.
I forgot because the Rams ended up like 6-10-1 or 6-9-1.
Very Jeff Fisher.
So dumb. Next up
Extremely.
is the Texans over under 8.5. By the way, I did not know the Texans O-line was that bad.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go with the under on the Texans.
I'm gonna go with
Deshaun Watson's numbers are so unsustainable. They're so actually unbelievable.
maybe he's just the second coming, bro.
No, I don't think you're going to get another
can believe.
year from
I
Will
believe
Fuller
in
like that.
I believe in Deshaun Watson.
I think Will Fuller is actually bad, and I think
That's
if you
true.
keep playing as if Will Fuller is that good, you're in a lot of trouble. So you've got a bad offensive line, you've got just Nuke and not Will, because Will Fuller's bad.
And then Braxton Miller.
year 4.
Sammy
Exactly.
Cook.
You've got Braxton and
Bruce
Sammy.
Ellington.
And then you've got a defense that is still built around an injured J.J. Watt. So, whatever.
But
So-
you're
They
telling
had
me
no
that
first,
Will
right?
Fuller's 379, 3 on 3 targets. Stat line isn't sustainable.
Yeah, he's not Randy Moss.
Cut and paste.
Yeah.
Fine. Colts over under 6.5.
Under.
Under. That's my favorite.
Hammer it.
Because their roster is just
What is
god-awful.
the number for the under? Minus 150?
Under for the Colts is plus 110.
The thing is, though, I think I saw them at 7. So if you can find them at 7 and then maybe get a push, whatever, that's maybe what you want.
Next up, Jaguars over and under 9.
Over.
Under. crashing. Come on, man. They had fumble luck. They had injury luck. They have Blake Bortles.
Vikings had injury luck.
Their defense is so good, dude.
And I wrote an article about why they might regress.
Yeah.
Apply that to the Jaguars, but more, because they've got bigger problems. They've got bigger turnover issues. They've got bigger success rate issues. They've lost the receiving core that made Bortles, right? And, I mean, what?
Well, he's already been. He's made now, though.
Well, Allen Robinson didn't play at all last year, so you never know.
And they lost Hearns.
Man, keep that shit in bounds, man.
Nah, under. They're the regression candidate.
You don't like that defense, though?
Of course, they've got like Jalen Ramsey and Calais Campbell. They're all great, but the rate at which they produced turnovers is so insane, so non-sustainable. That was the key to them being in the red zone so often offensively.
So you would say they were really similar to the 2016 Vikings?
You're like the 5-0 Vikings? Yeah, sure.
Blasphemy. Next up, over under Chiefs 8.5.
See, everybody's going to want to root for Pat Mahomes.
Yeah,
now.
Mahomes.
Yep.
I'll say under, but right at 8.
Mahomes.
I'll say over, even though I'm not a diehard Mahomes guy yet. I'll say over.
Take the over.
I will go.
I think they can win 9 games.
I'll go under, but next year will be the year. Next up, Chargers over under 9.5.
Oh, over.
Over.
I'm a Chargers guy right now. Keenan Allen?
That is a name.
That is a name.
Over. I want them to. I mean, everything should come together here soon, right? They've had so many injuries of Dan Feeney, Forrest Lamb.
That offensive
line. Got Feeney and Lamb. That's
Dude,
so
they're loaded. I mean, plus the Joey Bosa's and everything else. So, yeah, they got to be able to put it all together. They signed Pouncey?
Are the
Feeney, Pouncey, Lamp is their interior.
Are the Chargers perennially, hey, how about them?
Right.
They didn't sign that kicker the whole
And
time.
Mike Williams didn't do anything last year.
Yeah, John Way.
So they got Keenan and Mike Williams and Dontrell Inman, baby.
Next up, the other team in Los Angeles, greater Los Angeles area, over under 9.5 for the Rams. Under. Speaking of regression candidates.
Which is like,
I say
which
under.
Is so weird because like you look at who's on their defense and you're like, I don't see how they could have a point scored on them.
Right.
But like, I'm still taking the under.
I'll take the under right at 9.
Why?
If this team starts out 0-2, the locker room is going to implode.
Got it.
It'll be
So
amazing.
it's a chemistry thing.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Brandon Cooks. Obviously,
like,
Gurley and
Why would you
Goff.
front load that with Cooper Kupp?
I'm just reading it top to bottom right now. Sorry, our lads. Really? Not under 9.5, huh?
All right, bang through the rest of these. A couple questions, then we'll get out here. Go eat some chicken. Dolphins over under 6.5.
Under.
Well,
Under.
That is going to be a bad team.
Wow.
That's going to be a
Been bad
bad
for a while,
team.
I feel like.
Take the under, but
be a
it
bad
does
team
help
if
that their
it is.
coach is probably not doing cocaine.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably. That does help. You're right.
and think about that sweet. That was a great video.
It was,
not
it
gonna
was
lie.
Great.
Next up,
It was a beautiful love note.
It was beautiful as
Heartfelt.
yeah.
you are using a lot of words right now, sir.
Are you going to tell me that was not heartfelt? That was 100% genuine.
It came from definitely somewhere inside of his body.
That's like this. That's like the Miami greeting card. Vikings over under 10.5.
Under, because I have him right at 10.
It's a tough schedule.
The schedule's tough. New system, new quarterback.
10 wins is still good.
One injury to Stephon Diggs or Adam Thielen. What's the offense?
Treadwell, baby. Let's do it.
Pound the ball, win the game 6-2.
I like this guy.
The schedule's so tough,
like
especially on the road. Their road schedule. I'll say under. Doesn't mean they still won't win 10 games.
Give me the over. You're all the haters. Patriots over under 11.
We're like Courtney Cronin.
Okay, let's look at the division.
Over.
Jeez.
Dolphins are going to be bad. Jets might be a little bit better, but
Just
still
got Teddy.
very
It'll be
average.
fine.
And then Bills are going to be horrible. I'll take the over.
I'll take
Dang,
over.
that's a good argument. I'll take the God. Patriots.
I know. Every goddamn year.
So upset, man.
Over. Nailed it. Saints over under 9.5.
Over.
Over.
Under.
I can't
Screw
believe that's 9.5.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Should be at least 10, I would think.
Pat Shurmur and the Giants over under 6.5.
6.5? Their O-line's so bad, but I'm
It's
rooting
so bad.
for them.
I think they get to 7, so I'll say the over.
I'll take the over.
Yeah, I think
Which team is this?
Giants.
Under.
I think Saquon's thighs steps in at
Saquon.
right tackle.
Beckham, Sterling Shepard, Evan Ingram, and Barkley.
Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
Eli.
Pat Shermer.
Eli.
I'm just naming names.
Linebacker Olivier Vernon.
Their O-line, those
Michael
really
Strahan.
Wait a minute.
Tom Coughlin.
I want to say their O-line's not nearly as bad as people think it is because they signed Nate Solder and drafted Will Hernandez.
So it was on the
but
back end.
Eric Flowers. Is
Oh, yeah, and
still-
Eric Flowers
Oh my
is
God,
still
Eric Flowers is still
thing.
there.
Yeah, and they let Justin Pugh go. Next up, the other team that plays in New Jersey, the Jets, over under 6.5. Over under 6.
Teddy.
Teddy.
Teddy and the Jets.
Over under 5.5
just
games
do
for
this
Teddy.
joke?
We did.
Starting this year.
We did.
5.5
We don't repeat
starting?
jokes on this.
Just get the joke.
I don't know. Why is
Teddy over under 5.5 games starting this year.
If it was just Teddy and Darnold, I'd say over. But McCown, is McCown going to steal a few?
Regardless of team. Any team.
Over.
Over. Yeah, they have to let Teddy go. He'll find a place to
I
start.
just want him to start against
Miami.
I just
Buffalo
want
or
him to start
Miami.
against the Vikings whatever week they play the Jets, like just for the delicious narrative.
Or
That'd be too much. We couldn't handle it.
Theodore goes off for
We
like
couldn't
400.
handle it.
Also,
we need to win, do or die, and everybody's going to be like, just let him have it.
Also,
he
like
deserves it.
Cousins has his 0 touchdown, 3-pick game like he did in his most recent NFL football game, Week 17 against the Giants. No big deal. Against the Jets, and then Teddy shines.
Zimmer kidnaps him.
or Kirk Cousins goes
I
down.
have
and the
to
Vikings
imagine
need a
that
savior.
violates some tampering bylaws.
No,
I don't
it's
know
fine.
that
It's
for
fine.
a fact.
It's fine.
But I think
He's his legal guardian.
Zimmer sees Teddy in the locker room afterwards, like, hey, you ever seen the movie Face Off? No one will notice. Just wear sleeves the entire time. Next up is the Raiders, over under 8.
under.
Under 8? Are you kidding?
They got Derek Carr.
8? Are you kidding?
Eagles, Steelers, both at 10.5.
Over for Eagles, under for Steelers.
Eagles at 10.5. Really?
Yeah.
I think they're.
Is that too much?
No,
it's fine.
Not enough.
No?
What the?
Not enough.
Well, yeah, I would put him at 11.
Me too.
Really?
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I got under for
Stacked,
both.
dude.
Actually, this math isn't going to work out for my
so
league because
good.
there's going to be about 30 wins total in my league, and 10 of them are for the Vikings.
Eagles.
San Francisco.
I'm taking the under on the Steelers, by the way.
Yeah, San
Yeah, me
Francisco,
too.
over under 8.5.
Over.
I'm going to say under.
Too
Too much hype.
Not enough hype.
Who
One
wins
more
that?
year.
Wait,
An
one more
appropriate
year.
amount of hype.
who wins that division though?
Rams.
The Rams and the Niners aren't good.
The corpse
Rams.
of the Seahawks.
Rams do. I
Russ
mean,
just wills
Rams
them
win at
across
like
the finish
9 and
line.
7. Don't you guys have them under 10?
yeah, but Rams win it. Seahawks are going to
Well,
be bad.
you know how stupid football is? Bradford's going to have a career year, and the Cardinals win the division like 12-4.
Totally.
Then they just bomb the division round. Like he has a tweak in the bye week. Yeah, happens. Give me the under on San Francisco. I think they get 8.
Over.
Speaking of
Over.
speaking of the West, Seahawks over under 8.
Under.
Under. They'll be right at 8.
I believe in Russ. I don't believe in
And everyone
literally
else.
anyone else.
Anyone else?
Does Earl get traded before the start of the season?
I would have thought, but I think he just has to stick out the season.
They got a brutal O-line, too.
Yeah, it's rough. Also, they didn't do anything to fix it.
Well, and their first pick was Rashad Penny, and I loved Rashad Penny. Go get you guys.
They
but
traded
a
up
first-round
for him.
running back? What are you doing?
Hey, man. Analytics team loves Rashad Penny.
Actually, what is Rashad Penny's yards after contact in the backfield?
it's like 6
in the backfield.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's got to be high. And it's like, well, Pete's like, hey, we're in the
Hey, they do have Tom
analytics
Johnson and Shamar Steffen, so.
The what? Play guard?
Yeah.
Bucks over under 6.5. Yuck.
Under. But Fitzmagic's going to steal a couple
I'll say
too.
under. Without Jameis, under. And I mean with Jameis, under.
Under. Reef.
Sorry, I was tweeting. What?
Bucks over under 6.5.
Under. What? 6.5?
Titans over under 8.
Over.
Over. Give me a Mariota bounce back season. Bring it.
Over.
Yeah.
Why was he so bad?
Coach.
Yeah. Forgot
Corey
about
Davis should do something this year, too.
Hopefully. Lastly, Washington over under 7.
Over.
Under 7. Alex Smith.
Over Alex Smith's season.
Darius guy.
Yeah. And that O-line is still really good. So
Say over.
Yeah.
He'll have time.
All right. Clean up the Twitter questions and we'll bang out here at Library Ben. Outside of injury, should we expect any significant additions to the roster either during camp or after camp breaks?
Yeah, Kunayende. What?
What?
No matter what?
I mean, I don't know if this counts as barring injury, but I imagine Devontae Downs is going to enter training camp on the PUP list, and that's going to open up our roster spot. I don't think it's going to be a significant addition.
Yeah.
But I think, like, just by default, they're going to have another player, and it's not going to be a new injury that causes it. It's going to be the one that he suffered in college.
Does any free agents intrigue you besides, like, Trey Boston and Kenny Vaccaro?
Jonathan Hankins.
Ooh, Hankins.
What's the deal with him? Did he kill
What is
someone
going
that
on?
we don't know?
He must have,
He
right?
probably
Like,
did. Let's be honest. He probably
He is
did.
not-
Yeah,
Ohio
Hankins
State
probably my only one. Hankins.
Yeah, I don't know. You could field a pretty good free agent team.
Yeah.
I mean, this late in free agency for you to be able to field a team that good, that's kind of weird.
Could have all out of all free agents, you form a team, and then they play the Bucks. What's the line?
Probably Bucks by 1.5.
I'd say that, 2.5, 3.5. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, neutral site. So Tampa. It's a great sports town. We support the race. No, you don't. Jake _EK80. Who's the third running back? This is a very long question. Who's the third running back?
Mac
Boone,
Brown? I
right?
don't know. Boone?
Mike Boone is fun, right?
Rock Thomas? I don't know. I'm literally just going to throw my hand up.
Actually,
I don't
Boone
know.
was
Throw
actually
one
pretty
up.
terrible in college. He's just like intriguing.
Right.
CJ Ham.
Who's wide receiver 3 through 5?
Right.
Kendall Wright, Treadwell, and Caleb Jones.
King.
Tavares King season.
We're here, dude.
King season.
Football can't start soon enough.
I do think Zylstra somehow weasels his way on. Hook or back crook. Somehow he gets it done. At T Carmoody 303, will you be able to see who's in different formations? Would you like to see a big dime with Barr able to move down the D end, letting a dude restate him?
Everyone is super on board with Barr going to D end, and I really am not about it. He's a better blitzer than rusher. He's 250 pounds. Stop making him play D end. You can have a big dime with Kendricks on the field, and
How about him in that Joker
take
role
a
that
defensive
B-Rob
lineman
played instead? Do you prefer that more if you had to pick one of the D end or the stand-up Joker role? I would.
The position where he stands up and can attack the A gap
Yeah,
more often.
yeah.
Yeah, sure, I'll take that one.
Why can't he just be a stand-up rush outside linebacker? Why can't he just like go Wilbur Marshall on the bit?
I don't know, man. Like he can rush the passer more often. I'm fine with that, but like the consistent, like, he's finally going to get DN snaps. Like, yeah, he gets to go up against 300-pound tackles instead of 290-pound centers. Like, great.
Oh, he's got a spin move, though.
Yeah.
Lastly, at Con of E, Christian Ponder, Teddy, Sam Bradford. I don't like where this is heading. Case Keenum, Kirk Cousins. Who is the biggest choir boy? Also, if we lose Diggs next year.
Choir boy? Probably Case.
Wasn't...
What's the question?
Wasn't
Who's the
Cousins?
big-
I think literally was in the choir.
Yeah.
That doesn't count to choir boy points, though.
I'm being serious.
All right, so who's the biggest goody two-shoe? Ponder, Teddy, Bradford, Keenum, Cousins.
I feel like Cousins, dude.
No. Cousins is hiding
I guess
something.
Keenum.
Are you kidding, man? Have you seen
Cousins
those
has a
videos?
child somewhere in like
Those
Chattanooga.
You are hiding a child.
I feel like it
Cousins
might.
is absolutely hiding something.
Yeah.
Case
Is
he
legit.
puts everything out there.
Yep.
He is 100% genuine.
Oh, in those jeans?
I feel like it might be Ponder and the fact
Not
that he survived
genuine.
Tallahassee without a scratch.
Genuine.
No, it's Case, followed by Teddy, followed by Kirk. You're hiding something, Cousins.
No.
Then Bradford.
Kirk Cocaine Cousins.
Then Ponder. I'm sorry, Ponder. You're a great guy, but this is a pretty great
Okay,
list of
Teddy
guys.
listens to Wale. He is not on the second.
Yeah,
on
no,
the list.
the
He's-
robot, the Pixar movie, not the rapper. That's how Teddy keeps it. Although, did you see his new car? That thing is nice.
Yeah.
and you're,
He ain't no
and you
choir
think he's
boy.
a choir boy?
He ain't
No,
no
he's
choir
not.
boy.
He's yeah,
That's just Dade County.
yeah. That's Dade.
Yeah, that's
Your
right.
car just
I'm
morphs
not
into
gonna say
that
what
when
I
you
was
drive
about to
into
say.
Dade County.
What I was about to say.
All right, part two. Besides Diggs, who has the most swagger on the team?
Besides Diggs, who's got the most swag on the team?
We are
Is
definitely
Everson up there?
No,
No.
Everson
No?
doesn't really have that much swag.
He's just loud.
Rhodes doesn't, right?
Mac?
Mac, maybe?
Might be Mac.
Might be Mac.
Or is Diggs just so far ahead that the rest doesn't really matter?
It kind of doesn't
so
matter.
far ahead.
If Captain was still on the team, that would have been a lot easier.
We're like, Diggs is UConn's women basketball.
Kendrick sneaking up there a little bit? Or not?
No.
Yeah, nobody, I mean, who?
It was really fashionable. Like Harrison drives his dad's 97 Dodge truck Buick.
Why'd you even bring Harrison up?
I don't know.
I don't know. I got nobody.
Yeah, we're going to have to go with
Dalvin?
Mac.
I don't know, dude.
Yeah, we'll go with Mac.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. What's everyone?
Delvin. Have you seen Delvin's beard?
What's everyone working on? What are you grinding on?
I'm doing a kind of a 2-part series. It's going to be Why the Vikings, Why Not the Vikings. It should come out.
Sounds depressing.
Why the Vikings are a fraud. That worked last time for
Yes,
Yeah, that's true.
Who's the biggest choir boy on there? I'm going to contribute to Arif's stellar, phenomenal training camp guide here with a couple quick profile videos for some of these players.
I will also be contributing to the training.
Are you doing a little bit on that one?
Yeah, a little bit.
Under places to eat, pack a sandwich.
Yeah.
Training camp guide.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And not even one of those nice sandwich bags, like the one with the fold-over flap.
Those are nice.
No, those are the.
Can I just smile for your training camp guide?
No, you're not in it.
Okay.
Boo!
Well,
Tom, what's going on the site?
It's a little bit of a lull here with the All-Star break, but yeah, a lot of Twins content. Plus, we got Sam did a really good job on what the last 3 years of passing data says about the Vikings. Obviously,
how come you're not doing a live ESPYs blog?
Oh yeah, we probably should do
on
that.
the map
From the red carpet.
Then they hire you.
We will have something on the soccer game tonight. No SP's content.
I am posting Brandon Warren's Periscope Twins breakdown as we speak right now.
Yeah, so we will we'll be back at it once the Twins are back at it.
That they call the ESPYs. It's on the day without sports, except there's a bunch of MLS games.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
They're like, whatever. What else?
But, yeah.
Anyways, next week, talking about camp. Everyone's showing up. Going to be good times. Listen to Hour 1. Shows available on iTunes, Stitcher, Radio, ZoneCover.com/machine. But for Luke and Yanka and Arif and Tom, I'm Andy. Andy, sign our bye. See ya.